I'm lucky enough to have been invited by Philip Porter to the Motoring Literary and Arts Festival that's going to be right at the beginning of December at Silverstone. It's going to be a very full period. I mean, they've got all sorts of people talking, amongst them me, as I've mentioned. I'm going to be talking on two very different things. One is the XJR15, and it's really about the culmination of the project, which is the book. And we're going to talk about the book and about the project and my personal experience to do with the project. Okay, the second thing I'm going to be talking about is the business of going fast. But that's from the perspective of a designer, and also about the business of designing cars which aren't going to go very fast. Because what happens is that obviously if they're racing cars, then the fellows who are going to drive those understand the risk they're taking, understand that all the effort has gone into making the car faster than the others, and so how they conduct them is their responsibility. When it comes to road cars, I think part of a designer's responsibility is to look after those customers, and that puts a different weight onto the way in which you design the car and what you have in mind whilst you're doing it. There's going to be some nice little bits of film in there. There's a wonderful piece where Andy Wallace, when he drove the McLaren F1 at 241 miles an hour, and it really shows the difference between, if you like, us mortals and people like Andy Wallace, who's won Le Mans and all kinds of sports car races, and how they can do the one job of driving the car really fast, setting the record for the fastest road car, at the same time talk in a relaxed manner about what they're doing. And it still amazes and delights me that he can do that. So that will be part of the second talk that I'm giving, and it's worth it just for that little clip alone. But I talk about what was going on around that, because I wasn't there, but I was on the phone earlier talking about the business of going that quickly, you know. And it's the kind of thing, and I mentioned it more in the talk, when one of your best mates says, oh, and so if I do that, the car will be all right. I said, yeah, it'll be fine. And you put the phone down and you think, I've just told one of my best mates that it's going to be fine doing 240 miles an hour while I'm sitting in a chair at home, you know, and that does give you a certain feeling of responsibility. So that will become apparent in the talk.